Hey you guys, Asha here. It is so good to see you. We are just a couple weeks away from the new year. And to be honest, even though I keep talking about the end of the new year, I have definitely gotten caught up in the hype about marketing towards the end of the new year. And I don't really care about the new year. I think that if you're going to make a change in something, there's no time like the present to do it. I think the new year is a good marker, but so is your birthday. So is March 1st. Why? Just because. So is April 12th. Why? Just because. So if you're getting ready to make a change, do it right when you want to. You don't have to wait for some arbitrary date to do it. But in the spirit of getting things right for 2020, all that, right? And then here I go talking about 2020. I'm going to talk a little bit about goal setting in your business and goal setting as an entrepreneur. I am one of those people that is just super goal oriented, almost to a fault. I write out my list of goals for the month or for the time period. I put them on my wall. I think about them. And then unfortunately, if I don't achieve all of them, I'm so hard on myself for what I don't get done instead of celebrating what I do get done. Like, for example, when I turned 30, right? 30 was fun. I had to throw myself a big birthday party for 30 to get into it. But when I turned 31, I promise you I was so depressed because I made a list of 30 things that I wanted to do while 30, and I got 20 of them done. Now, most people have told me, 20, Asha, that's amazing. You got 20 out of 30 done. All I could think about were the 10 things that I did not do. Like, that's only like 60%, yo. That's failing. So I don't advise you to be that hard on yourself, but I do want to talk about what it looks like to set goals as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. So one of the things that you can do or you should do is to set specific goals. Be very clear. Instead of, I want to earn $12,000 this month, maybe I need to sell 10 products. I need to bring on or onboard 5 new clients, something that is specific, right? Which also leads into the next thing as measurable. How do you measure that success? Increasing sales is not very helpful, but, adding $10,000 in sales revenue is measurable, right? It's something that you can actually track and that you can attain. You guys have probably heard of these before. These are the SMART goals, something that's attainable. Here's the thing about entrepreneurs, right? And as an attorney, I've been trained to think about the worst case scenario. I also have a principal for a mother. So I was always told what could get me in trouble before I even thought about it as a middle schooler. She's a middle school principal. So I was always trained to think about what could go wrong instead of what could go right. As an entrepreneur, you need to set goals that are attainable, but I also think that they should be goals that are a little bit of a stretch for you. Because if you sit there and just reach for whatever's comfortable, you'll only get whatever's comfortable. Whereas if you reach a little bit more, you'll be surprised about what you can get. They should still be attainable, but they shouldn't be so comfortable that you don't feel like you're really stretching for it. The next thing is to set a goal that's relevant, right? If you are looking to, become the biggest and best brand in California, like, is that really relevant to what you're trying to do? If you have a financial goal, maybe you don't need to be the biggest and the best. Maybe your goal should really be around increasing revenue or increasing sales to increase revenue instead of just becoming the biggest and the best, right? Or maybe your revenue's fine and now you need to change culture in your business. And so your goal should be to have a certain number of team building activities along the way. I've talked a lot about money, but I think as entrepreneurs, it's really important to know that money is not the ultimate determining factor of success. It can be if you want it to be, but for me, it's not money. For me, it really is building a lifestyle that I'm comfortable with and also helping as many folks, as many entrepreneurs as possible. So that's what gives me success. And also putting an idea out there and then having it validated by folks. I don't really care about the money. I should probably care more about the money than what I do, but that's not a driving factor for me. It's just not. Other people are super about the money, and that's fine if that works for them, but just make sure that that goal that you have is relevant. And the last thing that it needs to be time bound. When we put those deadlines in place, so for example, like I said, 30 things to do while 30. I knew that on my 31st birthday, time was up. And so I was going to work my butt off to get those 30 things done in my 30th year around the sun, or 31st year around the sun, however we measure. You know what I mean, right? But if I just say in general, like, I want to get 10 more clients on retainer just whenever. There's no sense of urgency in that. So it could be like next week, and it could be in the next 5 years. So that doesn't really help me in my business. So think about all those things: specific goal, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Those are SMART goals. I'm sure you've had them before, but heard of them before, but hopefully that will help you in your business as an entrepreneur. If you need some help goal setting, join the Facebook discussion group, Ask Asha Business and Employment Advice for Your Startup Company. That is the Facebook group where we ask those kinds of questions and answer them. Sort of like not totally like a mastermind, but definitely a community where you can share. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Miss Miss Asha ASHA BEE at Miss Asha B, where I share with you not only stuff that's going on in my mind and my inner workings, but also business stuff that's relevant to you as an entrepreneur. So happy goal setting. Don't do it just because the new year's coming up, but do it because you're ready to get to the next level and you need to readjust. I seem to always set goals every 5 to 6 months. I get really restless, and it's not based on the calendar, but about every June and every October, November, December, I tend to just say I need to write something else down and refocus, or pick a new goal that I need to achieve. So whatever your rhythm is, whatever your clock is, whatever that is for you, spend some time, think about it, write it down. Studies show that writing your goals down increases the chance that you'll actually achieve them. So don't just keep them up here. Then you don't have to share them with everybody, but write them down. There's something about that process that makes them real and makes them come true. So if you need some help, or if you want some more of my thoughts, I can't really say advice, but just I can share with you what I know, then hit me up. Let's talk about it. Have a great day, you guys.